Hello everyone. So I'm back again with another figure of Albedo, and honestly speaking, Albedo is like the gift that keeps giving. There are so many figures of her that you can just keep painting them, and honestly I have racked up quite the collection of her figures. This one is the AMP Plus figure. It's quite old. I don't remember the release date, but I had painted it when it had been released, and that one was done in soft shading with airbrush. This one I wanted to paint in cell shading style, so the whole thing was done with a paintbrush. Talking about the figure itself, the AMP Albedo is one of my favorite Albedo prize figures because if you look at the sculpting of it, it is really nice. It captures the proportions very nicely. The other figures that I have, say the Bicute figure or the Coreful figures, some of them, I would say they make the proportions a little more realistic if you're comparing them to human standards, but this one I would say captures the anime part of it or the anime proportions very nicely, so it looks really good, and the clothes and everything are really beautiful, so I am a fan of this figure. So this was the second one. The first one was painted in white and gold, which was the special color version that was released back then, and this one I wanted to paint it in the standard purple color. The skin was something that actually came out really beautiful in this one. I managed to figure out I would say the correct proportion of yellow and brown and oranges to get the right skin tone, and now of course I don't take any measurements, so every time I make this color, it has to be like I have to just eye it, or I mean just look at it and try to figure out if it's the correct shade or not. That is something I don't know how people measure these things out. That is why I've never done it. I used to do it earlier with like drops, where I'll just dip the paintbrush in the paint and just count the number of drops of paint I use, but that often causes issues when you have to, when you need more paint, so you keep running out of paint and you have to make the same thing again and again. So when you're pouring, it becomes difficult to do that. But anyways, this skin tone is really nice. I mean, I have tried to replicate it in other figures as well, but this one I had to make some corrections on it. The first time I went on the lighter tone with a shadow, it came out to be a little extra orange, and I would say that you can see the same tone on the Bicute Bunny's Albedo figure. That is the shadow I came out with. Looking back at it, I was not really satisfied with it, so I decided to add a little bit more brown to give it a better shade, and I plan to do the same with the Bicute Bunny's figure, since I have it and I'm not happy with the shadowing, so I have to make changes to it and make corrections basically. Yeah, the clothes were painted. For the clothes, I usually prefer, when they are darker colors, I prefer going in with black, especially when there are a lot of wrinkles. So I prefer going in with black first, which makes it easier to capture the shadows, and then highlights, it's just you have to keep lightening the colors and add the highlights. It becomes comparatively easy in my opinion. So, and purple is always something I enjoy working with, purple color. So be it like clothes which are purple, be it other figures like the Cooler from Dragon Ball series, painting that guy is really fun. And another thing I would like to point out, because we are almost at that phase where I have finished painting the primary purple areas and the secondary areas, which are a little more, which have a little more hue of blue, but unfortunately my camera is, for some reason, it is unable to capture that particular hue of purple. So I have to always make adjustments after recording. And over here during the painting process I don't make any changes to this, like even after the recording. So this will look kind of blue to you, but towards the end of the video, when I show the final result or the fully painted figure, that is the particular time, or that is the video where I have edited the purple to match the color. So that is something I don't know why it doesn't happen. But at the same time I'm not really surprised. I'm recording with my phone, and it's not a particularly expensive phone, so it will have its limitations. I don't expect it to be I don't expect it to be a very good recording, so the quality I get, I am more than happy with it. And this figure actually took me around a month or two to paint. For some reason, this thing took me very long time. I just felt tired whenever I even looked at this figure and thought about painting. I just did not want to paint. So in between this, I painted like 2 or 3 other figures. But yeah, eventually we have finished it. Yet for some reason, I don't know, I feel like since I think the past 2 figures I didn't do any recordings, which was the remodeled Marin figure and the glitter and glamorous what was it, Ran figure. So those 2 figures, they have no painting process recorded. So I think I was more refreshed, because I get tired when I have to record these videos, because I have to use extra lighting to make sure that the figure is clearly visible in the video itself. So that extra lighting kind of tires me out, and I think I reach burnout more easily when I do that. But either way, this one took me almost a month to finish, yet it was like very satisfactory. And since it took a month, during that month I had this figure on the side as a reference for the skin tone, so that was another good thing, just for comparison and everything. So yeah, probably the longest I've taken to finish a figure. I think the Ran figure from I don't remember the name. Either way, so that one took me like hardly one day to finish. That I have to say, that is one of the shortest paintings, until and unless I'm counting the smaller figures like the World Collectible figures from Dragon Ball Z, WCF. I am forgetting a lot of details today, but either way, so if I don't count the smaller figures, that was one of the shortest paintings. It took me like hardly any time to finish, and it was a fun figure, really fun. The effect turned out nicely, and this one was of course really good. I am very happy with the result. Like, the contrast is good, the details are nice, and it turned out really nice. I mean, even if like I went through multiple phases of exhaustion and burnouts before I was able to actually finish the whole thing, even then the final result looks really nice. Of course, I coated the base with metallic red just to add to the effect. because I had done the same for the previous one, so I just wanted to continue with that trend. But yeah, the feather effect on the wing is also very good. It looks really nice. It's not very bright, it matches with the black and gray, the contrast is good, and the whole thing comes together with this cell shading style, in my opinion. And it was can't say a fun painting, it was a tiring one, to be honest. But either way, if you have any questions, you can leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.